2022 Scott Addict 10 in a size medium 54, weighs at 19 pounds 4 ounces, and in kilos 8.72 kilos. Stay tuned to the free body sound test after the video on these aluminum synchronous wheels right here. Thank you. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with my video. Today I have for you guys this beautiful Scott Addict 10 in a size 54. The retail on this bike is $4,600. This is part of their endurance lineup. This is the top tier endurance bike they make for Scott. It is not part of their RC family, and we'll go over the main differences between the regular Addict and the Addict RC in a little bit. They also make this bike. This is a blue color. It has the gloss blue with kind of brushed silver logo with the matte black on top. They also make this exact same bike, exact same spec, in a matte black color as well. So if you guys aren't a fan of the blue, you can actually buy this bike in the black color for the same price point with the same grouping on there as well. Being this is an endurance bike, it does have some features on there. It is set up where it can be fitted for fenders on there. So fenders for the rear, fenders for the front. It can take up to a 700 by 32C tire. And then we can also see that it has a little bit of a taller head tube, a little bit longer wheelbase, and then a different stem system as well compared to the RC. Main difference between the RC and the regular Addict, which is the regular Addict, is that the carbon fiber level by Scott is going to be the HMF on this model, whereas the RC is going to be their HMX. And what that basically means is that the HMX is a little bit more of a performance-based carbon, a little bit lighter, faster, stiffer, yada, 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 all the buzzwords. Whereas the HMF is going to be a little bit more of a denser carbon to be more comfortable, and should be good to go. Dude, look at this wind. Remember when I talked about the wind? I don't even know what to do now. Like if you guys notice a bike, just how much this thing moves all day. This thing's going crazy right now. Oh my God. But yes, as you guys just saw, I almost just dropped the bike right there. Absolutely insane wind. I don't know if it has to do with El Nino or a hurricane season is going to start, but summer's supposed to be hot and no wind. And now it's just wind everywhere. It's absolutely insane. Anyways, let me get into the full details of this bike, show you guys some of the paint job as well. You guys can see there. You have the nice Scott logo. The blue on this color is phenomenal. I love this blue. This blue looks really good. They did a great job with this paint job. They have that brushed silver right there. You have the brushed silver logo right there. You have the silver logo on the bottom. On the Addict right here, you have the Addict logo on the top. And then it's a matte carbon fiber all the way through on the frame. And then the Scott logo back here as well. But yeah, so you can see much more traditional stuff as well. Holy cow, the wind. 27.2 C-post and regular 31.8 clamp stem as well. A little bit easier to take apart, to take into a travel case. So again, for the endurance bikes. But so starting off with the cockpit, you have on here a normal 31.8 handlebar, Scott Synchros handlebar. You have Synchros bar tape as well. And then on the components at $4,600, you're gonna get SRAM Rival, 12 gears in the rear, 2 in the front, a wireless shifting system. You have 2 separate batteries, one on the front derailleur, one on the rear derailleur. And then these are a hydraulic brake system, which these are the only 2 hoses that show on here. These are going to be your hydraulic brake systems for the stopping power. Also, you have here their own synchro stem, a little bit beefy, bulky. This reminds me of a Sprint stem, to be honest with you. It looks really cool. The cables are just ran pretty much right underneath the stem, just like the specialized bikes I talk about, and then go right down to the head tube. Very easy to work on, very easy maintenance. You have a little T25 here, T25 here to go ahead and adjust this. With all Scott stuff and Synchro stuff, it is going to be T25 or T30 tools to work on your bike, so keep that in mind. Going down to the front, we have the Scott logo like I mentioned, and then you have your Synchro Scott logo right there as well. For the wheels, you get just a regular alloy Synchros wheel with their own Synchros hub on here. They are a circular spoke. These wheels are tubeless ready, but the tires are not. And these wheels right here are going to be called, they don't say anything, they just say Synchros on there. But just a regular Synchros alloy rim. You can see they're much more wider than a traditional stock wheel because it's an endurance bike. They want to be able to take advantage of how wide you can put a tire in here, like the 700. I think this tire is a 700 by 32C tire stock. It is. So this is a Schwalbe 1 tire. It's a 700 by 32C stock tire. This is not a tubeless ready tire though. This is a tube only tire, so they have a tube inside it now. If you did want to make this bike tubeless, you would have to change out the tire system. They have a nice gum wall look on here. You can see right here, this is where it's going to say tube only. For the brakes, you have a 160mm SRAM Rival Axis disc brake, and then you have the SRAM Rival flat mount disc brake caliper. Bottom bracket on the Scots are always a press fit BB86. Very easy to work on, very easy to install. And then you have the Scott logo that goes right here. You have the brushed silver that kind of fades into the bottom of the lines of the Scott right there. For the water bottle cages, you have on here 2 water bottle cages that are adjusted with the T25 tool. Water bottle cage here, water bottle cage here, water bottle cage here. And then you have the Scott logo. This is the Scott Addict 10. This is a top line model for the endurance model. I don't know why it says virtual right there. This bike is not virtual, it's real life, but they said virtual right there. For the bikes, like I always mention, you have the Addicts right here that tells you the model. You have the matte paint job as well. Dude, look at his wind. Look at his wind, dude. This bike's gonna blow over. You have the Scott Sprint Sim, like I mentioned before. For these endurance bikes, they do come with a little bit more of a compact crank. You're always going to notice that. The Roubaix, the Addicts, the Domanis, they come with a more compact crankset. This is a 46 33 tooth front crankset. You have the SRAM Rival front derailleur, and then you also have the SRAM Rival chain as well. This is your external lithium-ion battery that goes on the front derailleur. You have one for the rear derailleur as well. And then the cassette in the back is going to be a 1036. So not only do you get a 46 33 crankset, you get a 1036 cassette in the rear too. Pretty much you can climb up a damn wall with that. You have a little cover plate right there for the chain drop right there. So that way if you did drop your chain, it's not going to scratch up your frame, the little silver part right there. And then for the derailleur, it's a SRAM Rival rear derailleur. And then the wheels are exactly the same as the front. You have the Synchros alloy wheels with the circular spokes, and then the Schwalbe 1 700x32C tires. Gum wall tire looks great. I think an all black tire would look better, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. Rear rotor is going to be a 160mm rear rotor. So you got 160, 160. They are center lock. You have the SRAM Rival flat mount disc brake caliper, and then you can see right here you have the Scott Synchros tool, which I always rave about. That you can take from the rear and you can move to the front to go ahead and take out your through axle. So if you're ever riding on a bike and you get a flat tire, you already have a tool that's capable with this. And also at the end of the tool, it has a little T25, so you can work on, you can tighten down your water bottle cage, you can loosen up your C-clamp, you can adjust your bars if you take a spill, you can raise or lower your handlebar tilt right here as well. So that's a nice plus to the bike. With this bike, like I mentioned, you get a 27.2 carbon fiber seat post, and then you get the Scott Synchros Tofino saddle. Nice lightweight saddle, chromoly rails on there, but yeah. I mean, the bike, honestly, for what it is, I know it's 19 pounds, it's heavy, but it's a nice, comfortable ride. If you have if you're deciding between this and an Addict RC30, let's say, the Addict RC30 is going to be more of a race bike, whereas this is going to be a little bit more of a all-around relaxed bike. You can take this thing on group rides if you want to. You can take it on a nice 100-mile Century ride. You could take it on backpacking trips because it's easy to take off the stem. There's nothing really proprietary here. This is just a regular stock stem. So nothing crazy about this. Seat posts and seat post clamps are easy to find. The bike is, you get the little bit of the future with the integrated cables on here, but you get some of the old school stuff, similar to like the Athos, where you have easy to find parts just in case you're far from home if you have an issue. So very cool stuff. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. This is again the Scott Addict 10 2022 model. This is their endurance bike. Retail on this thing is $4,600. Weighs right around 19 pounds 6 ounces, and is a beautiful bike. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys. Here comes the free buy test on the Scott Addict 10 model with these Synchros wheels.